Will is the kindest, most loving, generous, supportive, amazing man I've ever met. I literally every day wake up and cannot believe that I have received such a blessing for the rest of my life. And he makes me want to be a better woman every single day, and I've never met anybody that I could say that about.
Susan is the most amazing woman that I've ever known. She's the most caring and giving person. She's probably the most intelligent, smart person. She's wise in every way, and she makes me a better man. She brings life to every moment, and I'm truly blessed to have met her and be able to start a life together, continue our life as now, but start anew as the Raymonds. She's my one true love. I'm glad to have finally found her. These guns. Thursday, day before our wedding, we're talking about August 9th, we met up at the Gettysvue Country Club and Polo and Country Club, golf club.
Who knows?
Polo.
I didn't see any polo.
I don't know.
I didn't see any racket
There's
club.
lots of golf carts. That's all I see. I didn't see anyone playing golf or riding horses or anything.
I know.
Beautiful place. Unfortunately, it was raining. So we did the rehearsal outside.
Kind of hit me then that it was exciting.
Yeah.
That
This was actually
this is where the next day we were getting married. So it kind of sunk in then because it was like, oh my gosh, this could be where I'm standing. And I was like, oh wait, 50-50, because we couldn't decide which place we were going to get married in. There's a 50% chance we'll be standing here, there's a 50% chance we'll standing here, but it still really sunk in at that point. Will and I love the outdoors so much that was really a dream of ours to have it outdoors. But then it actually swayed us a little. I was a little pouty for a couple seconds because I was like, what happens if I don't get to get married outdoors? And then our coordinator was amazing, and she actually was like, why don't you just open the doors in the indoor area and just have some of the outdoors? And at that point in time, I was like, okay, this is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful either way.
Either way, so we were really excited. We were more so like, okay, let's get to the day now that we have the plan, or two plans.
And then we all drove over to Lakeside Tavern, which was just 3 miles down the road. Beautiful spot, just up on a hill from the lake.
It's on the marina. Will's parents were gracious enough to invite not only just our immediate family, but a lot of our extended group, especially the out-of-towners.
Yeah,
from
people
Texas.
had driven in from Texas, and so we had about 32
people there that night. Mm-hmm. So we came in and we all sat down, and there's appetizers and there's wine, and we'd already kind of pre-ordered our meals, and it was a beautiful evening, just looking out on the water and everything. I think the highlight of that night, for me at least, was getting to give the bridesmaid and groomsmen gifts. I mean, it was just really, these people in our lives have been so very important to us for various reasons, obviously, and got to say something about them and give them a gift very special to us, as well as hear what they had to say back. And as much as my sisters and his sister was very close to me, I love to see Will's dedication to his guys, because some of these guys he's known since he was really young. So that was a highlight of the night for me.
Yeah, I think for me as well as being able to thank my parents for hosting such a wonderful night. The food was amazing, and it was just nice to be able to hang out, mingle, and talk with our friends, and have our friends and family meet that hadn't really gotten much time to spend together. So all the people that were really truly special in our lives were there.
One of the neatest parts of the night was when Will and I were saying goodbye, and I was giving him a kiss, and I just turned around to walk out the door like any other day that week, and then all of a sudden it hit me. Oh my goodness. The next time I see you, I will be coming around the corner in a wedding dress with my daddy, about to become your wife.
Yeah. So we're not going to see each other before the service. Okay.
So I will see you. I will see you about 15 minutes before I become Mrs. Raymond.
That sounds absolutely perfect.
Oh, I love you.
Love you too.
wedding day in Knoxville at the Gettysvue, but it started off, I guess, for me.
Yeah, we did separate things Friday morning. Obviously, we were not seeing each other during the wedding day. I had went for a nice run with my sister, and then we all had breakfast as a family at the hotel.
His family.
My family and my groomsmen and people that were in, and then we went to downtown, and I checked in at the Oliver, which is where we were going to stay for our wedding night, and then we met at Gettysvue at about 4 o'clock was what my call time was for getting dressed and everything.
Yeah.
So you were obviously at your house with your mom and Crystal.
It was one of the most amazing starts to a day. I mean, it really was everything I'd wanted. I wanted calm, I wanted relaxation, I wanted to get ready slow because I knew the onslaught of the day was about to happen.
Yeah.
And of course, Mom, as usual, made breakfast. She made me poached eggs and French toast, and so that was amazing. I know you're jealous.
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit.
It was a great time in the girls' room. We got there around 1, and then we just kind of sat around, and it was Amanda and Molly who did our hair, and Crystal and I and my mom and my 2 sisters, just rotating through the hair and makeup chairs and everything, and but having mimosas. We did.
And the only other thing that I had done with the guys during the day was a surprise for you. I went and got a dozen roses in coral prepped for the wedding, for the room that night. We're at the Oliver Hotel, and this is our honeymoon suite, if you will. We're going to be staying first night as man and wife here at the Oliver. So I'm romanticizing the room. Is that the right word? Romantically. So we got to the Gettysvue about 4 o'clock, and we all got dressed, and everything was just really relaxed. Everybody was very calm, and it was just very peaceful. Tyler had a couple of wardrobe malfunctions.
Shoestring broke.
Shoestring, the clasp on his
Safety
necktie
pins.
wasn't. And then my
can I tell you
hem-
my version of this story was this: is the girls kept coming in going, anybody have any shoelaces? Shoelaces, and I'm in the makeup chair. Anybody have safety pins? And then Crystal leaves the room. She come back in. Anybody have another safety pin? And then finally someone asks, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
They're like, Tyler's having some problems. The weather, I mean, so basically the coordinator came in and was just like, okay, here are your options. And so I was just like, honestly, once I saw the setup in the other room and the setup in the upstairs room as well as outdoors, they both looked so beautiful that I didn't care. I said, I just want everyone to stop talking about the weather and just, leave it alone.
I liked your comment. It was like from Tuesday to Friday, I think we had probably 5, 6, 10 people say,
"Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's good luck if it rains on your wedding day."
And I'm like, says the people who got married on wedding days where it didn't rain,
Right.
and they're trying to blow magical smoke into your, I don't know, but I was like, if
one
I hear
point-
one more person say it's good luck, I was like, I'm gonna kill him. And then 3 people came in at the rehearsal and are like, I've heard it's good luck, and I looked at Will and he was like.
In the hour or 2 leading up to the wedding itself, we were taking photos as groups. Me with the guys, then me
Will
with
and
the
I
girls.
separate. Yeah, just natural. I heard the song "Beautiful" by Carrie Job, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for my girls who are beautiful to walk down to this. But then I was like, it's mine next.
Yeah.
And then I remember going, my dad and I are real tough, so I look over and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm breathing to try not to cry. I'm just like, I just don't want to lose it, because I told Will, keep it together, man, the day before. It's no secret he cries. And but then I started realizing this was so emotional for me, and I'm not a real big crier, that it was just so emotional to me because it was so special. I was just deep breathing because I knew I was just going to lose it. And we walked around that corner, and that moment was everything I had ever imagined it would be. I mean, it was just...
I was speechless.
Yeah.
I was completely speechless. I mean, I was already feeling that frog creep up in my throat when the girls were walking down the aisle, and they were really beautiful in their bridesmaids
Your
dresses.
sister too, which is
so,
a big special moment
yeah,
as well.
and so I was doing that. I was just saying, I was like, keep it together, keep it together.
keep it together, Raymond. Keep it
And
together.
then Susan walked around the corner, and it was this wave of emotion of just, do I smile? Do I fight the tears back? I gotta keep it. And Susan
That's
looked
the
at me.
face about he had.
Susan was like, you just look like you
had to
needed,
take a poop.
did go to the bathroom.
he was like, I mean, I turned around the corner and I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, I was just like, this is this blessing, this unbelievable blessing.
And I just wanna wait on you, my
William,
God. Could I
do you take
just
Susan
dwell
to be your wedded wife,
to you?
to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Excellent. Susan, do you take Will to be your wedded husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Wonderful. May I have the rings, please?
What you want?
Who's that? All right. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you guys very much. The unbroken circle of the ring, it represents many things. It is a symbol of eternity, because there is no beginning and there is no end. It is also a symbol of the pledges that you were about to make to one another, showing the strength of your commitment, as well as providing the link in the spiritual chain that binds you both together. Well, if you would take this beautiful ring here, assuming that's hers. And with your left hand on her left hand, will you put the ring on her finger and repeat after me? With this ring, I give myself to you.
With this ring, I give myself to you.
I place my strength in the service of your happiness.
I place my strength in the service of your happiness.
Your dreams I will share.
Your dreams I will share.
Your burdens I will bear.
Your burdens I will bear.
From now until forever, I will be incomplete without you.
From now until forever, I will be incomplete
Without
without
you. You may now slide that. There you go. That's nice. Excellent. Susan. If you would repeat after me. With this ring, I give myself to you.
With this ring, I give myself to you.
I place my strength in
Place
this.
my- Oh, sorry.
That's okay. We can do this one word at a time. With your strength, with my strength,
With my strength,
will be in the service of your happiness.
in the service of your happiness.
Your dreams I will share.
Your dreams I will share.
Your burdens I will bear.
Your burdens I will bear.
From now until forever,
From now until forever,
I will be incomplete without you.
I will be incomplete without you.
With that, you have just entered into the holy covenant of marriage, which has been held sacred by nearly all of humanity since the dawn of time. May your joys last forever, and your disappointments be few. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. William, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. William Raymond.
It was everything I'd ever dreamed and more. I mean, the feelings that rushed over me, that I always thought that true love would be a sign that is. I mean, I always knew we had true love, and I always felt it before, but
Yeah.
when you get married, it felt just like you'd always imagine, just feelings rushing over you, and just felt the blessings of God pouring over us as well as during the entire ceremony. And I just knew this was it. This was awesome. And hi, we're married. After we recessed or what have you, we ran and got flip-flops because we all are flip-flop girls.
Yeah,
So we're like,
solid
out of
girls.
these shoes. So then started the formal pictures because we had to get those out of the way. And I think it ended up the way we would have had it end up, which was just silly being us pictures with picking me up and picking him up and jumping and bouncing and lifting and
Making funny faces.
And it was just the most fun little photo shoot.
Funny
really.
for me, I don't know if you were doing this too, but we had Jeanette, who is our main photographer, and her brother Exo was assisting her. So we were always looking at Jeanette and smiling and everything. As soon as she would like turn away, Exo would be over on the side, and I was always like throwing him like funny faces and stuff like that. So he was always like the comic relief camera. And whatnot.
He's catching the
I'm sure
impromptu photos.
I'm sure he'll catch some funny moments just
especially the looks we give each other.
from us being goofballs on camera.
Gotcha.
After we took formal photos, we all got lined up, and we got paired up as the groomsmen, or we were in the back, but the groomsmen and bridesmaids got paired up, and they did the formal introductions of the couples. We came in, they introduced us as Mr. and Mrs. William Raymond, and then we hit the dance floor for our first dance to Dave Matthews' Steady as We Go. Was a song that we chose, real unique song to sort of have a first dance to, but very sweet and just perfect for the moment.
So then Lindsay was awesome, our coordinator, she just laid it out. She goes, all right, we're gonna do some cake cutting. She says, let's do some cake cutting. And I was like, all right, so we cut the cake. As Will was awesome, I looked at him, I said, my makeup artist is not here anymore. So if he made a big mess, there's no fixing it, and he didn't want to make his wife mad. It still feels weird to call wife. Like, cool, but weird.
I gave you a bite and a tap
And he
on the
did,
nose,
so I was just like, looked at him, and he didn't want to make his wife mad, so he was like, dink like that. And so I look at him, and I was like, I'm not gonna do anything. I was like, I'm gonna be nice, went like this. Well, then I did an analysis real quick, and I go, not on the rented tux, not in the goatee, and not in the hair. So I went like this. So I went straight. Went straight here, and then I jabbed him in the eye with my finger. So there's like cake wedged in his eye.
It was like,
and up his nose. It was
in the.
It was
I can't wait to see what that actually looked like. I know
it was
how
amazing.
I know
and
how it
then
felt.
I licked it off his face just to make it
So
funnier. But
it tasted amazing.
in his face.
Yeah, in my face.
In your face. Then we went straight into father-daughter dance. Which, my dad, is not one that's like, he's not gonna say, I want this, music or whatever. But I gave him some choices, a couple months back, and he was just like, this is the song that I want, and it really just, I guess, spoke to his heart because, he said like 3 or 4 times while we were dancing, he's like, I just love this song so much, and even came into. I remember when I held your hand for the first time when you went to kindergarten and you just wouldn't let go, and it was just very, touching and everything, and just a really great moment. I was boo-hooing, and then it went straight into Will's mother-son dance, which is a beautiful song.
Chose a beautiful song for that, and my mom and I had nice conversation, just sort of with each other's, her head on my shoulder, and we were talking to each other, and I think our final comments were, this song might be a little too long.
Oh no, because
it was like, okay, I think we can go on to the next
high
thing.
five and let's go.
Then we took some more pictures outside.
Hung out.
So it was a beautiful sunset. By that time it had stopped raining.
Of course.
And then we ended up signing the marriage license. So that was a nice top for the night. We got some photos of that, and then we took some photos with the Rolls Royce, who the guy showed up around 10 o'clock. And then we did our big exit through Bubbles.
Through Bubbles. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Saturday, the day after our wedding, we went up into the hills. We went up to Cades Cove.
The Smoky Mountains.
Ann and Matt picked us up, and we met the rest of everyone that was pretty much still in town. It was about
25 people.
25 people. We went up to Cades Cove and had a couple campgrounds there and had breakfast,
Picnic tables and stuff like that.
breakfast
And my
tacos
mom and Crystal and my dad were grilling sausages, cooking it, scrambled eggs, I mean, bacon, everything you could think of. They didn't forget a thing. We just enjoyed time doing washers and beanbag toss and just really spending time with one another. And it was a great cap off because it wasn't around schedules or anything, and it was just enjoying each other's time. And it was a beautiful day. The weather was gorgeous. And then we decided to go around the Loop, which, East Tennessee's, I kind of grew up in the summers here, and I've been going to Cades Cove since I was as young as I can remember. So it's really special to share that with our entire group.
I think it was about 2/3 of the group.
2/3 of the group.
Our family, our groomsmen, and yeah, we went around the circle. Probably took about 3 hours, I guess.
Yeah.
Took a lot of pictures. We saw some of the historic spots, and just really neat to, like Susan said, share that with people that were from out of state. And we sat in the back of the pickup truck. There was 8 of us in the back of the pickup truck: my parents and my sister and her husband and my brother and Morgan and us. And it was just a great day. The weather was perfect. This weekend has been, I wouldn't change a thing. It didn't go quite as we planned, but best laid plans, as whatever they say about that, I would not change anything. It was just extraordinary. Yeah. Just the moments we shared and the memories we've made.
It was amazing. We felt completely and totally surrounded by love.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we decided to have this size wedding and have the wedding here.
Yeah.
Just this place kind of feels like home to me. Not just because it's my parents' home, but because I have so much of my past and have so much, almost all of Will's family here, and it's been wonderful. But Will and I used to always say this to each other. I used to always look at him and say, you're perfect, and he goes, no, I'm just perfect for you. And he used to say, he listened to me, you're perfect, and I say, no, you're just perfect for me.
Yeah.
And so I have to, and my whole thing this weekend was when he just said a second ago, our wedding was perfect. It wasn't perfect, the weather, whatever, but it truly is. It was perfect for us.
Yeah.
So it kind of went really, really well.
Yeah.
Really well. So.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
I try to remember to always give at least 2 positive comments for every criticism that I might have. I try to appreciate the really good things that Tyler does.
Some words of wisdom that we have: you can be right or be in relationship.
It's true.
Listen to each other.
To always laugh together at everything. Enjoy life.
Words of advice is always interrupt your wife. Never let it get 2 words in edgewise. Travel a lot, so every time you come home, it's a new relationship. And have a great dog.
And while he travels, make sure the mailman is cute and invite him in occasionally.
Be able to say that you're sorry and mean it.
That's true.
That is very true.
That's true.
Always be there for each other, support each other.
One of the hardest things to do in the world is to recognize that there's truly an other person who's with you. Fully other person who doesn't think exactly the way you do.
I don't have any wisdom because I'm not married, but everybody else has probably got way more than me.
Really got no wisdom. Obviously, y'all know me. I'm a mess.
Thinking about wisdom, I think one of the things I've learned is never go to bed angry. Day's always better in the light.
We know that being closest friends and able to talk about anything is super important, and keep it light because it's a long road ahead, but it's a good one.
I think it's the little things, the pleases and the thank yous, and the little intimate things like getting orange juice for somebody when they don't ask, and just showing appreciation for one another.
Not get too serious about things, when things get difficult, but always try to put things into perspective. So
Life's too short.
yeah, life is very short. So
Seriously, what I would say is, if you do have an argument, this has kind of worked for us sometimes.
Never go to
Stop
bed
in
on
the
a
mid-
fight.
Well, that's Denny's thing.
Oh, that's Denny's?
But the thing is,
See how it
in
works?
the middle of the, this is good too, or gaffer tape, but in the middle of the argument, if you can pull away from the issue and say to the other one, how important is this to you? Like, is this on a scale of 1 to 10, is this a 9? Because to me, it's like a 5. And then you kind of give in to the one who it's really important to. That actually does help, because it gives a little perspective as to, is the thing even worth disagreeing about? Sometimes it is, and then the person that feels the most passionate should win.
Really comes down to just being each other's best friend. And, you know, for us anyway, I know we'd rather be spending more time with each other than pretty much anybody else. So, hope that for you guys.
And it's important to say I love you, even though the other person knows you love them.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah, show
Very
appreciation.
important.
Yeah. Good kisses.
I love you.
I love you.
What's your wisdom?
I would just say always, always, always communicate with each other. Don't ever hold
Absolutely.
anything in. And
Be honest.
he stole that whole don't go to bed angry thing from me. So
That's very true.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah. And
Love
always
you
kiss
guys.
each other goodnight.
Always.
I think that never go to bed mad. Don't be afraid to talk about anything. And just keep loving each other and be grateful for each other every day.
And always try to find humor as much as you can with each other.
Never forget how much love is strong. And
All right.
even if you want to climb out the window and
run.
and you don't agree with everything the person says.
And 100 kisses a day. That's like 16, 17. We got a lot more to go. But 100 kisses a day to keep you happy. And
It applies to kids as well.
yes.
And kennel cough medicine is for the dog, not for
Susan.
Susan.